Hello everybody, it's Max McAllister here from Traxxion Dynamics today. I wanted to do a follow-up video to one I did a couple of years ago. Back when we were building the Warhorse for Captain Chuck Marble, we had installed a windshield on it from a company called Long Ride Shields. And Chuck was a big fan of their products. He had them on several of his Harleys. And so he wanted that type of brand of windshield on the Warhorse. Well, the problem came once we started taking our first test drives on it, that the bike was extremely upset and wobbling is not the right word, but it's kind of like wobbling. It was really dramatically upset, and we couldn't figure out what was wrong. So we started, changing things and messing with stuff. In the end, we found out it was caused by the Long Ride Shield. And what later happened, or what we found out later, after a little while, the company contacted me and said they had figured out the problem and wanted to send an updated windshield for us to evaluate. Now they did that, and I just haven't had an excuse. Chuck's been off the road or around in this area for a year, so I haven't done that. Well, Chuck's getting ready to go out and do a Guinness monitored 10 True X's. And so we were going to start out with the Long Ride Shield and see how he likes it. So we installed it, and the good news is all of the troubles we had with the initial windscreen, they did fix it. So when they contacted me, they said the guy who had designed the original shield was no longer at the company. But let me show you. This is the original Long Ride Shield that we had on the bike. And maybe if you come to the side, I'll kind of look across. I'll explain what was going on. So I go over there to the side, and look down this line at the top edge of the windscreens. So basically what was happening is, even in the all the way down position, this windscreen was already sending wind back forwards. So it wasn't going up and over the rider. It was actually curling the wind back forward. Now, the problem with the Goldwing is the windscreen is on a lifting motor. And so as you go up with the windscreen, you'll see that angle actually goes up. Well, in the case of this windscreen, it was actually curved all the way out forward. So it really upset the motorcycle and made it too scary to ride. Honestly, I wouldn't have rode it anywhere. So they redesigned the windscreen. Today here in Georgia was one of the absolute windiest days. We've had a really blustery week here. It's the end of April. No, this is the 2nd or 3rd of May, actually. And today, absolutely like tree bending winds outside. And so I took the bike out with the Long Ride Shield and tested it today. And it worked great. So it's an interesting windshield. I could see why sportier riders would prefer it. If you kind of come from the front, Hayden, and take a look. So it's a bit more minimal than most other windscreens out there. So a lot of people are going for extended coverage. So they're looking for wide windshields or tall windshields. So depending on the day, date, time, and weather, Chuck kind of likes to he actually enjoys having a little wind on him. So he's not one of those guys who's trying to hide from the wind. So this windscreen, although like I said, the winds were ferocious today. If you have the windscreen all the way down, I'm 5'9", so the wind would go right into my helmet. So the winds were ferocious, so my head was buffeting severely. So running the windscreen all the way up, yeah, I just was completely untouched. My helmet was untouched, so my head was calm and relaxed. And I personally would prefer a more minimalist windshield, because I don't like looking through windshields so much. This gives me a clear actual human vision look over the wind, over the mirrors, you know, particularly if you're on curvy or twisty roads, that kind of stuff. So for a sportier rider, I would say that this windshield would be ideal. Now, again, if you're just depends on your style. There's people that are trying to hide from the wind. This one is not geared towards that. So there are other brands you can buy that are, you might as well be driving a parachute into the wind. But anyway, wanted to follow up and say this is now a product I'm very happy to recommend. And if you are in the market for a windscreen, this might be one you could consider. So my name's Max. If this video has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Or if you or your friends are in the market for a windscreen, take a look at this company here, Long Ride Shields, LRS. And by the way, I'm not paid anything to say this, but I also didn't want to leave the only review out there that I have ever done for their company is one that says, don't buy this windshield. So, all right. So thanks for watching, and I'll have more great content coming soon.